All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. I am your host, BrobusCast, and with me today is ZDogg.
You see dead people.
I don't. Do you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I'll never tell.
Because if you do, you should. That's concerning. Anyways, we also have Richard.
Everybody, anime.
Okay.
Is that a Weird Al reference? I don't know why.
Oh, thank God he got it. Oh, good job. Good.
Okay, I'll be honest. I've never heard of that before, but that just sounds like something Weird Al would do.
If you've seen Pokemon the movie 2000 or The Power of One, then you know what that reference is from.
Wait, okay, I might actually know the song. Okay, cool.
Well, I have seen it, and I still don't know what you're talking about. Then again, it's been probably about like a year since I've seen that movie. But anyway, we also have a special guest. Who, I just completely lost my sentence for a second there. Hey, it's Sean. It's Sean.
Hello. It's been a couple months, and it's great to be back. Obviously, I didn't have a clever reference, but I like ZDogg a lot.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, either way, we're happy to have you back.
I appreciate it.
Yes. It's funny. We ended 2025 with someone from Lads, and we're starting 2026 off with someone from Lads.
Look, to be fair,
Full circle.
Death Battle is back after a month hiatus.
It's true.
But we're going back into the swing of things after the really fun time that was episode 100.
Yes. Which if you haven't seen, what are you doing? Please go watch that before our discussion here, because that was
you should.
It was a lot of fun, and it has a special announcement.
You should watch that.
Yeah.
Just no particular reason. Just you should.
Yeah. But and if you already have, or if you pause the video to watch it, yes. Welcome back. So.
Yeah, I guess just hi.
Yes. So, but yes, after that little detour, we are back in the swing of talking about Death Battle, because we have some interesting things to talk about. To say the least.
It's not like that's what we do here or anything like that. Talk about Death Battle? Nah. Although you might have noticed in episode 100, we did not talk about a certain something. Well, now we're going to be talking about that certain something. Because we finally, I say finally as if it hasn't been out for almost 2 months now. Shut up. We finally have the most recent episode. The Titanic rivalry of your childhood. Don't lie, you've heard it. It is Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
Yes.
The long-awaited 2025 finale, not episode 200.
Nope.
And the new second longest episode of the show, I think.
Yep.
Yes, it is the second longest episode lengthwise of the show.
We're still not beating Goku versus Superman.
No, it came close.
It did come close. That's true.
It was a minute. It was just 2 minutes off. If it was just 2 minutes longer, it actually would have beaten it by maybe a couple of seconds.
It's so funny that twice in the same year, Death Battle has made the second longest.
But this is the first time they made one that's over a half hour long. So
yes, no, Death Battle 25 definitely was the year of Death Battle giving us the longest episodes in some form or another. Hulk versus Broly, Buffy versus Blade, and now Ash versus Yugi.
Hulk versus Broly was season 7.
I'm sorry, Hulk versus Godzilla. I'm tired. Shut up.
I wasn't gonna say it.
No, it's fine. But no, thank you.
Now I got to do a Photoshop of Godzilla with Broly's hair.
Yes, please do.
Okay, that would look kick ass. Though, don't lie.
God damn it!
It would go hard.
But yes, it is finally here, and holy shit!
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Yes, that is a good way to kick it off.
Nostalgia.
Indeed.
Nostalgia to the max.
And
either way you slice it, one of our childhoods died.
Yeah.
And unfortunately today it was the Pokemons. I'm sorry.
Yeah. For me, oh man, Pokemon. Yu-Gi-Oh's first and only win.
Well,
don't say that.
I wouldn't say that. Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty cracked.
But okay, yeah. In case we weren't being subtle enough. Hey, the obvious person we predicted to lose lost.
Well, okay, back up. I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say it was obvious. Well, okay. I guess I view that term in a bit of a different light on Death Battle, but
yeah, please try and convince. Please try and convince the thousands, if not millions, of people who watched this episode that it was not obvious, because.
Well,
okay. Well, to be fair, they made it. They did.
To the surprise of nobody, Yugi won.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, to be 100% fair, like obviously, like we said, they did give Ash a very, very good argument. They did give some very good arguments for Ash here, at least. So yeah, it's not like he was into the dirt.
No.
That you will not,
I guess
that you will not deny. Therefore, you are stronger of a man than most of the reaction videos I've seen.
That is what I was referring to. Okay, but my earlier point is mostly reserved for the animation portion. The debate portion, I would argue, I cannot deny. Yes, you indeed do have a point there that the debate of this episode was actually a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, because we all just assumed that Yugi would take most of the major categories, but no, that's actually not what happened.
That's just Ash versus Yugi as a whole. Like, the debate itself has become closer as years have gone on.
Yeah.
Yes. But yes, Yugi won. It was cool to see a Yu-Gi-Oh win.
It's just in general, there's just a lot of factors to it. Like when you look at it all like collected together, it's like, okay, yeah, it does kind of paint like a pretty clear picture that Yugi's got the advantage, but like there's just so much.
Yeah, well, to back that up, yes, he has the advantage, but then you got to ask yourself, as Death Battle pointed out in the analyses, what types of advantage does Yugi get? Because Ash has been around for longer, so there were a lot more. I mean, BrobusCast knows this better than anybody. There was a lot more material to go through to really sniff out, okay, what can Ash reasonably get in terms of a win advantage in his respective category.
Yeah. It's fun. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. It's been too long. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I remember when the blog was starting up for this match, we were kind of like splitting off the work. I say we. The blog was kind of splitting off a lot of the workload. Like someone would research like the Kanto era. Someone researched like each different region, basically. The guy who came up with that idea was like, yeah, because imagine sitting through and watching all 1,200 episodes of Pokemon, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah, imagine. Like, I'm just sitting there, just tapping my fingertips, being like, imagine.
Yes.
That could never happen.
No, it could never. It is funny how everybody has made the argument that Goku versus Superman is the most complex debate on the internet, but Ash versus Yugi, I would
not
say,
even remotely close.
No, it's not. But it's funny how. Well, again, that's because you've never debated with an actual Dragon Ball fan, so.
I debate. Well, I did not for Goku versus Superman, but I did debate with you on a Dragon Ball.
That's
fight.
true. You did. That's true. You did. But the point is that Yugi versus Ash, I would say, to back up what Bro's point is, Yugi versus Ash has always been one of the most complicated debates of the playground, because there's always been the argument of, well, okay, how can this even work? It's two different protagonists with two different fighting mechanics going up against each other. Like, we can't just go off of the rules as if they were in each other's universe. We would have to kind of shift things around to make it make sense for a structured episode in a debate. Or an episode or debate. Pardon my grammar.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, having going into this with only Pokemon knowledge, like, even after watching this episode, I don't know how many times, and debating it with Mate, every time I hear, like, I try to understand the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'm just like,
I think the conclusion they gave was fine. I actually was surprised, and I would have to say that this is probably one of my favorite conclusions to a death battle they've done. Because, surprisingly, they actually managed to take what could have just been an easy opportunity to not shit all over, but definitely make Ash feel like he's a little fish in a big ocean kind of situation with one of the major categories, and making it feel like, okay, this actually could reasonably be a tie, but Yugi and Yami / Atem have so many other factors that it just barely gives them the edge. So at least there was almost an instance of this actually could have just been, interestingly that Sean is here, this could have just been another case of Dante versus Clive again.
I'll be honest, as soon as I heard, like, one of the big factors for the debate in, like, multiple, like, community circles was really whether or not Yugi could survive hits from his own monsters like Ash can, because if not, then that would paint him as kind of like a bit of like a glass cannon's probably not the right word. He's a lot squishier compared to his monsters.
He's only dexterity.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, he doesn't have, like, I guess Ash doesn't have to target all of his Yugi's monsters. He just has to target Yugi. So kill Yugi, and then it's over. And that also goes into, I know I mentioned this when we were debating it, but, like, Ash's Pokemon can fight without him, whereas Yugi's can't. Well, okay. Ash's Pokemon can fight if Ash dies. Yugi's can't. Yugi dies, that's it. So it's just, okay, target Yugi. But then the question is, if Yugi's tough enough to withstand hits from his own dual monsters, then it's like, well, shit. They're gonna have as much luck killing Yugi as they have hurting Ash. Which is to say, they don't. And then, so I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I said, "Oh yeah, duelists are have to be able to withstand hits from dual monsters. I was like, well, okay, shit.
Yeah.
That's GG.
I still don't think, even if we try to find the reasoning as to why this episode does not go the way people say it does in terms of the debate, even if we try and find ways to counteract, it's not going to change people's opinions on this fight because, and again, that all just comes down to how Death Battle themselves constructed the argument.
Yeah.
Is that people will, and again, Bro referenced earlier, the reactors and the people who also debate have definitely called this episode one of the most unfair matchups of Death Battle's history. And that's only if you're looking at it from their... That's only if you're just looking at it from the evidence Death Battle gives you. You're not actually just paying attention to what they're laying out.
Well, not even just that. Man, like, y'all Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, I'm calling you out. Y'all are some sore winners. Like, there is such a thing as a sore winner, and they are it. My God, like, I get it, you know, like, I get that Yugi was like the most likely one to win, and that's why he did. So like, I get that, but God, I'm so tired of the like. Well, see, what did I say? Some people have even said like Ash isn't him. I'm like, okay. Like,
okay.
I'm like, come on, people.
I'm getting Deku versus Aqua flashback suddenly. Oh no.
Yeah, I agree. Well, okay.
The long season of people being respectful to like especially after a long season of people being respectful to the other combatants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
yeah, like a lot of the reactors were like, Ash busts out. I guess we're kind of fast forwarding a little bit, but like, Ash busts out freaking whatever, and it's like, yeah, okay, no, like, what is that gonna do? I'm like, well, if you sit down and watch, maybe you'll find out.
Yeah, like, I mean, I get enthusiasm. I get having enthusiasm for one of the characters, but like, come on, obviously, let it play out.
So to be fair, but also to counteract that, some of the Pokemon reactions that I've seen, some of them have also been sore losers as well. So there's a little bit of soreness on both sides, but I do agree with Bro at the end of the day. The Yu-Gi-Oh fandom was being more sore than the Pokemon fandom, because the Pokemon fandom are only sore on this matchup because, in their own opinions, Death Battle did Ash dirty by going down the avenue they did with the mechanics of this debate and making it seem, okay, so Ash essentially stood no chance because you just said, oh, we're treating this like how it would go down in both their universes. Okay, so that means if both of them get all of their monsters, well then guess what? Ash is screwed. You've essentially given Ash nothing, and because of that, you did my board dirty, and this shouldn't have even been a fight to begin with, because Ash was going to get stomped. Some Pokemon fans. I'm not even exaggerating. So it was going to be a damned if you do, damned if you don't with this episode.
Yeah,
but enough about them.
And I mean, no, I get it, because it's like, this is a big childhood thing and whatnot. So it's like, but I did not expect it to get this bad.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, it's just the nature of Death Battle. I mean, we always are surprised, but in reality, I don't think we should expect anything less when it comes to a particular... Because, again, particularly anime fights. Anime fights are always going to be the most dangerous circle of debating you will ever get your asses into. And it doesn't matter if you present logic, evidence, and a sound argument for why the other anime character wins. The other side is going to be very sore, and they're not going to accept what you say. It's very much going to be arguing against a brick wall scenario.
It felt like they treated us like the goddamn Super Bowl. Honestly.
Pretty much, yeah. No, it is. to Bro's again, going back to Bro's point one last time. I guess I'm just as surprised as everyone that this came from a Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon debate. This isn't a Dragon Ball debate. This isn't a Naruto debate. This isn't a One Piece debate. No, this is a fucking Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh debate. So this really should be the tamest
children's
when
card
it
game,
comes
ladies
to
and gentlemen.
Yeah, children's card game and children's pocket monsters. I guess I was just as surprised to find out. No, it's all anime. It doesn't matter what show, what franchise. If Death Battle just puts anime into their next episode, get in the bunker. You are not. There's no getting out of this. There's no logic here.
Should we be scared considering what the next episode is then?
Yes.
Or, no.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to
the
that.
opposite side wins.
Anyway,
You should always have like a little worry sometimes with death battles, though, because of like.
No, that is my Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my general point.
Oh, that's funny.
Be worried.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny that you say that because if that's true, then damn, I guess nobody cared about my boy Giorno.
No. I mean, yeah. Well, let me ask you: Is JoJo as popular as fucking Pokemon or Dragon Ball in terms of debate?
The problem with JoJo is that once it's over, people just move on to the next protagonist at this point. I mean,
Yes. No, he's right. He's right.
Yeah, sticking with the same protagonist is like you just get too attached. That's just it.
Yeah.
With JoJo, they're like, "Oh, his story's over. Cool. Who's next? He's in a wheelchair."
Unless it's part one. Unless it's part 1 or part 3, nobody gives a damn.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, we got way off topic there.
Okay,
But,
Anyway.
Yugi won. Honestly, whatever. Analyses.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't know if this will
rip it off.
Like,
Rip the Band-Aid off.
well, there's no. Trust me, there is no Band-Aid.
Oh no! Let me rephrase that. Rip the Band-Aid of glazing off. Because that's what we're gonna be doing.
I don't know if this is gonna be like a hot take among other people. Ash's analysis might be my new favorite. Might be at least. Well, okay, one of my new favorites of the show.
You know that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree with you.
Okay. Let me make sure I hammer this point in. It is my favorite analysis, at least since Eggman's.
Yeah.
So,
I think a lot of that in general has to do with the writing for it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guess what? Who was gonna? Hey, guess what? Who was mad enough to take on this episode in both the editing and writing? It's simple, really. DJ Tiki, you crazy bastard.
Yeah,
There was like a small team of editors for this one too.
Yes, no, but he was one of the main editors. But that's the point is that DJ kind of just stepped up to the plate for this one.
Yep. And he cooked. He cooked in writing because
in terms of analyses, I definitely got to agree with Bro. I think Ash's analyses segment was probably this and Buffy's were my two favorite of the independent era.
Yeah, no. Again, it's mostly because I think, just like Buffy's analysis, it has just really good writing for who they are as characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like in that regard. I really like how they handled, going like talking about when they brought up Charizard, and how like it was a very prideful Pokemon, didn't really want to pay attention to Ash at all, and it's because of that like lack of. It was because of that disobedience that Ash lost the Indigo League. Like I'm not even joking. I guess this is more so. I guess I don't know if ZDogg has seen it, so I guess it's more so for him. But Ash literally lost the league because Charizard decided to take a nap during it, so he got himself disqualified. Charizard was a little shit before he came around, which is weird because as a Charmander, it was like super loyal. It's Ash saved its life for crying out loud. Anyway, whatever.
No.
But it's like Ash. So Ash was like rapid firing his way to the top, and it didn't work for him. So that's why later on he decides to like, okay, I'm gonna focus more on my bonds with my Pokemon rather than just getting them to like their top strengths.
And I also, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can go. You can go.
Okay. And adding on to that, I really love how, this was gonna come up. This was gonna come up sooner or later. So apologies if I have to be the one to do it. But this also just shows you the glow up from Red's analysis.
Oh yeah.
Back in season 2. And I was gonna mention it. I know one of us was gonna mention it. I just didn't know which one of us. But I will say that this does a better job of conveying a Pokemon protagonist's journey and their character. But more to that, I think this analysis didn't just do a good job of covering Ash as a character, his Pokemons as characters, but this also, in a subtle kind of small way, it's only for a quick moment, this analysis really does a great job of showing you, just for a brief second, during the little flash forward, the little flash by, where we see how big Pokemon has become. Pokemon Pokemon is now 30 years old this year, and I think this episode just did a great job in just a tiny segment capitalizing and showing that that this whole franchise has come a long fucking way, and it's practically an anime phenomenon. It's a cultural phenomenon, if you will, and I really do love how for a couple seconds they talk about that, and really also just show us what makes Ash different from the game protagonist, not just Red, but because they do make it a point to say that, okay, Ash is an anime exclusive protagonist, so his journey, everything that he's gone through, it completely differs from the games, and I do like how they did that.
Yeah, and in the games, a lot of it is like, you're completing the Pokedex, you're catching every single Pokemon that exists, and then you're making your way as the champion. That's not I mean, you can do that in the anime, but Ash doesn't really.
No,
at least not like, okay, he doesn't catch every single Pokemon, obviously, but he does. I mean, I guess he does become champion. He just doesn't really view himself as like. He still feels himself as like a challenger. He doesn't. It was kind of the big point during the finale. Was like, I won the tournament. I am now champion of the world. I am now technically the strongest trainer in the entire world. But whatever, like that's like it's cool. It's cool, but like I want to be strong, but that's not what I'm here for.
Yes, no, and I love how they at the end they do talk about how when Ash did become champion, his whole mindset had changed. Because when Ash started off, he just wanted to be a Pokemon Master just because. There was no deeper goal other than that. There was no true meaning. But because he went on not just I don't want to keep using journey, but he went on an adventure through not just his hometown, but he also traveled the world, and he went place to place. He saved it. He competed in tournaments. He met and engaged with new people, new rivals, added a new companion that will definitely be shipped with him for future reference. And by the end of his story, now he realizes that being Pokemon Master doesn't mean it's about catching all of the Pokemon. it means that I want to bond with them. I want to have them as not people, not creatures that are a collection, but friends that can help me in my time of need. Whereas, Red was just, he just wanted to complete the Kanto decks. That's it. Like, Red had
Which
a
is
very...
fine.
Which is fine, yes, but it's very narrow and it's very shallow. Like,
sure.
The fact that
it's not like a never-ending journey like
no,
Ash's
it was very much. It was very much a beginning, a middle, and an end. Ash had a beginning, and where the middle and the end is, it's not for anybody's guess. But the point is that when it does end, it doesn't feel like it was a straightforward ending. It doesn't feel like it was just all about completing the decks and being the champion. Like, Ash actually learned about the true meaning of life.
Yeah. But anyways, back to the actual analysis itself. Honestly, one of my major concerns ever since I saw this was like gonna be done, was like, okay, so Ash is like, like a lot of characters have like the thing you kind of build up to in your analyses. For most like Dragon Ball characters, it's like their Super Saiyan forms and whatnot, basically like super forms. Ash has like a lot of that. He has like obviously like Pikachu's like the good starting point, but then you got like Mega Evolution, Gigantamax. Like he has 2 Pokemon that can Gigantamax. He only talked about 1, but that's okay. He has Z moves. He has a legendary Pokemon. It's like where do you like? He has Ash Greninja. So it's like where's like the escalation here? So I do like how they had it here.
I'm honestly adding on to the fact like they like on top of like building on Ash as the character, like the amount of stuff they managed to fit into the analysis like verbally is like very impressive. Juggling all the forms you need to, while having stuff that like having good transitions like the Charizard thing, and then going to Alola, getting the Gengar, and I just thought it was very nicely balanced, and the stuff they brought up on top of the character stuff.
Yeah, it was
very much.
It was such a seamless. They were very seamless transitions. Like, obviously, like some Pokemon got bullet listed, and that's fine.
It has to happen.
Yeah, Ash. Ash has Ash has almost 60 Pokemon, not counting the 30 Tauros. So it's like,
I was gonna say they also did a Pokerap just for some of Ash's Pokemon too.
Yes.
Yes, they did. Yeah, and I love that.
That was fun.
Okay. Just going back to what you both were saying, very much like Ash himself, what the escalation and seamlessly transitioning through each of the important Pokemon in his on his side and in his arsenal, it was very evenly spread, like Ash himself as a combatant. So it feels like there's a good reflection there that, okay, Ash is such an evenly spread fighter, so it would only make sense that we evenly spread and tried to be as seamless as possible with mentioning the important the important Pokemon that are essentially his go-getters.
Yeah. Or like, and they transitioned it to his story so well. We talked about the Charizard part. Obviously, again, Pikachu was a good starting point. And then we got some bullet lists again, whatever. But then we got Charizard and how he wasn't really obedient for a while, and that kind of led Ash to sort of change up his viewpoint at least a little bit. And then going from Charizard to actually finally coming around, we get into just how wild the Pokemon world really is.
That just shows how wild it is. Brobuscus is lost for words.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember where this is going. So,
I was going to say the black hole summoning Gardevoir, for example.
yeah, the Gardevoir example is weird. Yeah, and then like eventually they lead into how impressive Ash himself is as like on a physical level. I feel like they could have. I mean, okay, I know I'm being like, oh, they could have done more when this episode's already long as shit as is. But like, I still kind of think that like I know they had Ash shrugging off Pikachu's Thunderbolt, but it's like, I don't know. Ash has gone through a lot, and I feel like limiting it to just lifting, like throwing a log and throwing a tree and lifting up Cosmoem. As funny as that last one is, it's like I don't know. I feel like they could. I feel like they could have done more with like Ash's survivability, but again, it's whatever. I know I'm asking for a lot out of a fight that's already long as hell. And that's you're gonna want to remember that I said that, by the way. But then like going into physicals, like yeah, you need to be resilient to endure the Pokemon world, and you gotta work with your Pokemon to protect each other and enrich each other's lives. And hey, look, here's Mimey. Here's a good example. You know, we got Aura, we got Lucario. I love how they went with like, oh yeah, it would have been nice to have a Mega Pokemon at the Safari Zone, which leads into the Tauros. Obviously, Mega Evolution didn't exist back then, but shish, it's a good joke. It's a good joke, and it's a fine transition. And in general, like Richard was talking about how this is like how far they've come from Red's analysis. Really, this is like the big redemption arc for Pokemon as a whole. Because like almost every other Pokemon analysis we've gotten, at least since Red versus Tai, like more specifically, it's that one, and even to like to a lesser extent, obviously, but even like Goro versus Machamp was like, yeah, like this world's like a borderline dogfighting world, and it's like that's okay. Like let's calm down for a second. But this one, it's like no, Ash like loves every single one of his Pokemon. And then I love how they use that to transition into Ash Ninja, because that's really what that's all about. Like Ash literally got so close with one of his Pokemon, it invented a whole new Mega Evolution. It's like, come on now, that got retconned, but again, shush. We don't.
X-Finish totally should have been the Mega Greninja.
We don't talk about. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think my only real gripe, and this isn't even like that big of a deal, and it's a nice transition and all. I probably could have done without the ranting about Ash losing to Alon. Like I get it, but I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. I know that. Like, I guess it's like I know that's like the common opinion. Like Ash should have won against Alon, and I get why. But I don't know. It's better for me. It's better than him losing to freaking Cameron. That was ridiculous.
I honestly think the whole 4Kids bit was funny, so I don't really mind.
Oh, the 4Kids. Oh, the 4Kids jabbing was funny.
Yeah,
yes,
like
kind of.
I don't know. I don't like. Maybe it could have been cut, but I don't think it was that big.
No,
it wasn't.
It
really wasn't. At that point, I'm like fishing for things to complain about.
No. I didn't mind it. If anything, it's. I don't know if it's gonna make this episode dated, because modern generations kids don't even know what 4Kids is. So I guess if you want to feel old, it's there's that.
Worry about that if we ever get a Pokemon Horizons character or something.
Yeah.
Which I actually still need to watch that actually.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, and this is an editing thing, but whoever I'm like 99.9% sure this is DJ, but whoever decided to add each Pokemon's Pokedex number next to the name, freaking thank you. Like that is so cool.
Really,
I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, I know like this is like, you know, the sky is blue and whatnot, but like, man, the editing on this whole episode is another level.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness. Like,
It was.
So many cool edits in both Ash and Yugi's analysis, and you know,
Yes.
again, like little details, like you know the, like again, like the Pokedex number, and also you know, that just you know shows they care.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes. I agree. I very much did love Yugi's analysis too. I know there's no other person who can testify to this, but I think that Yugi's analysis was good, but I do think that it was a bit overshadowed by Ash's, just a bit.
Well,
a bit, but
I think that's like kind of it, well, okay. For one, we don't have any like super hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh fans among us, unless Sean is a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan and didn't tell us.
I mean, I've made Yu-Gi-Oh content in the past.
Okay, well, see, there you go.
Childhood as well. So, yeah.
Okay, well, then I take that back. But, regardless, it's also just like Pokemon is just a lot bigger. Like, I that's not to say anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, but like Yu-Gi-Oh is huge. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to say it's not. But Pokemon's been around. As far as I know, Pokemon's been around for longer. And just comparing
30 years.
And just like comparing the shows, the shows themselves, the Yu-Gi-Oh anime is like a couple hundred episodes long. The Pokemon anime is like 1,200. So,
yeah, I think for that it just depends on the series you watch, because the original Yu-Gi-Oh was only a certain amount, but obviously you go on with different protagonists for different mechanics of the game.
Yeah, but then at that point you can also include Pokemon Horizons, which adds like another 100 or so on top of all that.
either way, I do think Yugi's analysis was still a fun time though. Just learning about.
It was.
Yeah, it was fun. I just obviously have a lot less to say about it because I'm like I hear like all the details and rules about Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm just like,
there is a couple of facts about this that I know about it. Like, first of all, Ray did custom art for that 2000 card. That is based off a real life story.
Yes, I'm so happy they put that book.
Oh yeah, I guess we never went. I guess we never said. Well, you never brought that up. Yeah, our boy Ray is on this episode.
Baby,
part of the editing team.
Yeah,
he was one of the 5.
Yeah, not only with the art and I'm guess. I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure he was mostly on Yugi's side, if I had to guess. But no, claps for him. He did a very good job here.
Yeah, that story is why there's a whole rule in Yu-Gi-Oh about a 40 to 60 card limit per deck.
Yeah, so Ray kind of split the responsibilities. He did editing for both Ash and Yugi. His Ash inclusion comes from it goes back to the brief moment when Boomstick is bringing up the phenomenon Pokemon had become. If you look past the slideshow effect, Ray's actual Pokedex is used as a reference for the Pokedex toy. So yeah, Ray was doing double duty along with 3 other editors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other fun fact of Yugi's analysis I always point out to people is, when they talked about their version of the black hole feat,
Yeah.
The Black Hole Dragon. That was never in any of the original continuity. That came out in 2023.
Huh.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that dragon was. They purposely used the dragon, I feel like, to explain how powerful Dark Hole as a card is, because the protagonist used it, and there was never like a clear indication of how big it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it just shows like how well Yugi and Atem's teamwork was over the entire course of the series. I think that's the big highlight for Yugi's analysis.
No,
I can agree
think
with
they emphasize that well overall in the analysis. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, I really
Also,
like Yugi's analysis quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. It just feels weird finally having Yugi in Death Battle and going through all this.
And hey, guess what? Yu-Gi-Oh can work in a death battle now.
Yay!
Take that, naysayer.
Yeah,
Right?
so
It's one of the two popular requests for Yu-Gi-Oh now.
yeah,
Totally
so
dynamic.
Kaiba and Death Battle win.
I was
Honestly,
one of them.
I was thinking that too. Watching through Yuki's analysis, and just how they talk about Kaiba, I'm like, man, Kaiba basically like Kaiba feels kind of like reverse Flash level of petty at times.
He gets the grind that he literally built something specific just so he can challenge the Pharaoh again.
Yeah, okay, so it's not that he's petty, it's just, okay.
I guess obsessed is the better word.
There is obsession there, so Kaiba essentially is kind of like Yugi's Vegeta, in the sense that if he's going to accept defeat, he wants to prove himself against the person who defeated him. So especially in Dark Dimensions, because his whole motivation in Dark Dimensions is he wants to duel the Pharaoh again, because he now knows that the Pharaoh has beaten him more times than Yugi. He can accept Yugi defeating him because him and Yugi will always have their spouts, and he's okay with that. But he's not okay with losing to the Pharaoh and not getting the opportunity to prove himself to be on his level, which is why in that movie, I think Mate talked about this the last time.
Yeah, I think so.
Kaiba basically created an actual simulation, I believe, robot of Pharaoh with his brain patterns, with his cards, and the Pharaoh robot was still not good enough for him because it was trying to mimic the Pharaoh, but it was a poor substitute. And when he did beat it, he basically said that was just luck, because the real Pharaoh would never do this or that. And that's why that movie ends with Kaiba using his machine to take him straight into the fucking afterlife just so he could duel him right there.
Dude decided to die to rematch his rival.
Yeah. Well, it's not that even he died. No, he didn't even die.
I know,
literally.
But it's like.
Oh yeah, it's more simpler and funnier when you say it like that.
Traveling to the afterlife, you died.
Yeah, no, it's like it's so okay. It's so weird, but on the other hand, Kaiba does respect Yugi. He respects Yugimoto very much. There's not a friendship there, but there is a respect at the very least. Because when Yugi actually lost his first game, and Kaiba heard about it on a phone call, Kaiba was very upset that Yugi, of all people, lost, and he couldn't take that. He's like, no, when you and I fought, you beat me. I'm the one who basically aspires to be the one to beat you, and you're telling me you lost to somebody who you should have had no problem fucking beating? You're pathetic.
Man,
which is basically Kaiba's way of saying, look, man, you're my best friend, and I know you can do this. So buck up.
My God.
That feels like a very like Sonic and Eggman relationship. It's like I respect you, and I want to be the one that beats. I want to like it's like I respect him. I don't have to like him.
Yeah.
I mean, he can tolerate. Kaiba and Yugi can get along with each other for a decent period of time. It's just when it comes to the Pharaoh, yeah, that's where that's literally just like, okay,
The gloves are off.
Yeah, the gloves are off. The obsession gloves are fucking off.
Goodness.
Speaking of the gloves are off, that animation though.
Is it fight time? It's fight time. Okay.
Oh boy.
Well, there's one more thing I want to bring up from Ash's analysis that I never got to.
Oh, okay, go on.
So I think everybody expected Ash's analysis to end with the reference to like he was the very best, like no one ever was. But whoever, again, I'm 99% sure this was DJ since he wrote the damn thing. Whoever decided to end Ash's analysis with the journey continues. I'm like, you know what? I respect the hell out of that. That's the best. That's the best way you could have done it.
Yeah.
I agree.
That was beyond satisfying because that's how every Pokemon episode basically ends. That's like the last. Those are like the journey continues is the last 3 words you hear from pretty much every single Pokemon episode. So it's like, yeah, okay, that was satisfying. Okay, now it's fight time.
Yeah, and oh my God. Yeah, this was worth the wait, wasn't it?
A surprising 3D rendition of a debate we thought would be sprites because we heard Origin working on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ironic.
Yeah, it's so funny because last time we had a gigantic army battle, it was entirely hand-drawn, and we were all like, what the hell? And now here we are, we have another gigantic army battle, and it's completely 3D, and we're sitting here asking ourselves, what the hell?
At least this time it wasn't... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, at least it wasn't with Eggman this time, since we had an army fight in 2D, then hand-drawn, now 3D.
And at least this one
we've had
wasn't done by one person.
True.
Yes. Because.
But at the same time, I have to say, Luis, are you freaking good?
Yeah, no, I agree. No, Luis, interestingly enough, it wasn't just Luis, and Origin. Project Alpha also got to come up to the plate. So did David Fisher, and so did Christina from Torian's team.
Oh.
Yes. And also, okay, so we're nobody's gonna remember this, so I'll fucking bring it up. This is just out of excitement. But Larry did some little shorts that introduce these characters fighting, which I believe they have been confirmed as canon to the episode.
No.
Yeah.
Did he do the voice of that, or?
No. There were.
Oh, you're talking about the.
Are you talking
about the?
Yeah, I'm talking
shorts?
about like the teasers Larry did.
Oh, the Larry's teasers don't have voices in them.
They're just sound effects.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when on the social media from like Death Battles, like shorts and whatnot, like introducing them.
No.
Oh no, those are different.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But we will talk about those because those are important.
Yes. So yeah, we had multiple animators working on this to get this episode out, and so much so that they needed this episode. Actually, fun fact, got delayed by an hour because they had to put the finishing touches on it.
Yep.
Dude, freaking poor DJ.
Yeah.
He was. I remember, like in the final, like hours, leading up to release. he was just sitting there. Like I saw some posts from him in the Discord server. He was like, "You guys will have this by tomorrow if it's the last thing I do." I'm like, okay, oh god. Like this man, like, these people, I swear, put in like sleepless nights to get this shit done at times. On the one hand, I respect the hell out of them for it. On the other hand, guys, please stop.
They had a break for a month, and now
You'll
they want to
notice
go back into it.
Yeah, you'll notice it's only with the 3D fights, because for the life of me, I cannot remember a time where a sprite fight was delayed because the animation or some effects had to be done. This is the second 3D season finale that we've had that has had to been delayed for animation purposes, but at least, unlike the first time, this didn't need to be delayed by an extra week.
There you go.
No, it was just like an hour or two.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, I remember.
It also.
I was like,
Sorry, go ahead.
I remember when the delay happened, people were just like so surprised, like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Like people were so antsy about it.
Yeah, because the premiere never went up for a hot minute.
Yes, and we never, and very much like Gogeta versus Vegito and Popeye versus Saitama, this is the third episode in Death Battle's history that did not get a teaser preview. It was the only thing they previewed was the well, I think you know what they previewed.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
What I was gonna say was I mentioned that like the people who work on this show put in some like sleepless nights to work on this. That's like, again, please stop. But on the other hand, it kind of makes me a bit more forgiving on some smaller quirks that you may have noticed throughout the animation, particularly. Okay, this animation, I'm just gonna go ahead and just say it bluntly. This animation is not perfect.
Thank
there
God,
are some.
I thought I was going to be the contrarian here.
There are some little quirks here and there. They're not like deal breakers by any stretch of the imagination.
Noticeable.
Yeah, they're noticeable.
They are noticeable. Yeah. Which I want to save my critiques for later, if that's fine, because I know we want to get the glazing out.
No, I mean you can save them all you want. I'm getting them out of the way right now.
Okay.
The main thing is there's a lot of floating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times well, maybe I shouldn't say a lot of times. A few times it feels like some of the either Ash or Yugi or one of their monsters aren't quite connected to the ground. I think the most obvious one is when Incineroar freaking body slams Celtic Guardian.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Wait to that.
There's some.
It just happens.
There's particularly there's some like shadows missing. Another one that people pointed out that now I can't unsee it is when it's Ash when Crocodile steps in to save him.
He burrows.
Yeah, like Crocodile looks absolutely fine. Ash looks like he's floating across the ground. Again, like it's more noticeable when the camera's moving. Like when it's stationary, it's kind of just whatever. But it feels like Ash isn't quite touching the ground, and there doesn't appear to be any like shadows or anything. So it just feels. Again, it feels like they're floating, and it's weird. And it's like some small composite. Well, okay, the compositing in this episode is a little, but it's understandable, obviously, because again, there's a lot of people on this. There's a lot going on, and again, there was like I said, there was probably a lot of sleepless nights worked on it. So a lot of smaller little animation quirks tend to slip through the cracks. That happens.
it doesn't help. So what doesn't help is that this episode, even with this episode's slight delay, it feels like in order to really get this episode and the quirks and the little errors out, they would have had to delay it by like a couple of days, because I think it's obvious, you can tell why they were crunching so hard. And I give them credit where credit's due. They were able to get it out at a reasonable time, but
yeah,
it does feel like, man, they really just had no choice but to just lock in and just do the best they could. And I get that, you know, this episode was advertised to come out on the day it came out, but I really feel like, man, if the choices are waiting for this episode to be, if the choices are having this episode be delayed by like, I don't know, a day or two, versus, oh, the animators have to spend a sleepless night crunching, doing everything they can to make sure that they can polish it and it can render properly, I think I would rather take a delay, because at least then the episode will look how they want it to look, and not how, like, okay, it has to look right because this episode needs to premiere like now. And again, I really hope that they don't end this upcoming year with another gigantic fight like this, because it only feels like this happens with those type of fights, with the exception of Bowser Eggman, which is ironic that that's not the one it didn't happen with.
Well, I mean, it's understandable why it happens here, because, like,
yeah, like, there's so much going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on. Like, there's a lot of factors that are, like, obviously, like, a lot of the delay was mostly, like, just getting it uploaded, because it's a big episode. Like, not just in length, but there's just so much going on. There's so much going on, there's so many effects happening all at once. So it's, yeah. So, I don't know, like, it could be, you know, they really wanted to get it out so that people wouldn't be like, hey, where is it? Like, you know, like they were with, like, Hulk vs. Godzilla or Ruby vs. Maka or whatever. It could also be, like, maybe sponsorships, like, you know, because they have, like, 3 sponsors on this one.
Oh, God, yes, that is something we didn't mention.
So it's like, maybe they were like, hey, like, we'll sponsor you, but we need to get it out, we need it out by, like, by a certain time. I know it, because sometimes sponsors will have that. You have to meet sponsorship deadlines and whatnot. And then sometimes maybe it's just like, hey, we've been working on this for like 15 months now. We just want it done, man.
Just get it out. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
I know, like, most of DJ's projects, like most of DJ's like editing projects, was like, yeah, it looks great, it's fine. I really don't want to do it anymore.
Blame him, and I will say, I guess if I want to pull the pin out now, I will say that one of my main 2 problems with this episode, it really is just the pacing, and it lacks the final C of what I'm calling Richard's 3 C's: climax, characters, and conclusion. There really isn't a lot of interactions as much as I wanted, and I know that they did say that.
Yeah, they don't talk to each other much at all.
Yes, no, which is which again, that was going to lead into the pacing, because DJ did say that this episode was supposed to be longer on, I think it was either Cast or Fireside Chat, but either way, they did mention that this episode was supposed to be longer, but they couldn't do it, so they wanted to make this kind of like the music openings of each Pokemon movie, particularly the first and the second, where there are battles there and there's hardly any dialogue, which that's fine.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but that does come at the expense of, well, now there's no character interactions. It's very much like, okay, other than grunts, it feels like Ash gets more dialogue than Yami does. So yeah, those are really my only 2 major criticisms of this episode that kind of hold it back for me in terms of its animation. Is I really wish, I'm not saying that that it wasn't long enough, because I know a lot of people, even in cast, somebody was like, "Oh, this animation was too short." How is 5 minutes too
almost
short?
5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, what the frig are you talking about?
It's literally like 2 seconds short of 5 minutes long.
Unless you count the opening, unless you count that amazing opening, then it just reaches 5 minutes, like literally 5:01. It reaches 5 minutes and a minute. But if you remove that, yeah, no, it just barely reaches 5 minutes. So I don't care about the length. I just care about the pacing. I really feel like things were just happening way too fucking fast in this, especially characters. Even in BrobusCast's reaction and your only mate's reaction and everyone's reactions, literally, whoa, Lucario's going Mega Evolution this early? Whoa, what the hell? Solgaleo's here already?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's Slifer. Literally, beats just happen like this happens, that happens. It's basically just a chain gun going off. We're going at shotgun speed, almost, and it does kind of kill the momentum for me. There's almost no breathing moments, with the exception of Slifer's introduction and that almost tearjerker of an ending right there. So yeah, those are my only two major criticisms of this fight, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of impacted where I'm gonna rank this episode when it comes to a certain ranking. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
I can understand the pacing issues, because there was this channel I watched, I think they're called like TCS Anime, and he like breaks down like this person have won in the Yu-Gi-Oh episode, and he actually did cover Ash versus Yugi, like saying if Ash could have beaten Yugi, and even points out some things we didn't even talk about. For example, like Red Eyes Black Dragon actually does show up, but it's a blink and you'll miss it kind of factor.
Yes, that is
there's a lot
another
of
good thing.
there's a lot
Blink if you miss.
like blink and you miss it. There's a lot of like background stuff happening, which again, fair. But
yes.
But it's like a lot of both of their monsters, you mostly only see them like in the background.
Yeah, that does kind of, that is a detracting thing, and I can't necessarily blame anyone if they're a little disappointed that, okay, hold on, I can't blame anybody for saying, oh, my favorite Pokemon didn't get to do anything. I can understand that frustration, because yeah, no, that is kind of the problem that this episode puts itself under. It's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, if you look at all of the monsters that are on the field, it's a spectacle and a sight to behold. But then, if you look on the other side of that, well, they essentially don't do anything, and they're just there for background cameos, or they're there to be cannon fodder to the attacks from the monsters on both sides. And it kind of feels like the monsters that do show up, you can pretty much rank their usefulness on how they do in this fight. And at that point, it's like, yeah, no, I'm going to be blunt and I'm going to be honest. I think Bowser vs. Eggman did this concept way better, because there's a lot going on in that episode, but it didn't feel like it was just there for nothing to come of it. Like, characters were actually engaging and interacting with one another.
Well, to be fair, Bowser vs. Eggman has the excuse, like, a lot of their armies are cannon fodder.
Yes, but they get to interact with each other more than the monsters here.
Well, sure, but like, we're not going to expect any like big usefulness from like a Goomba, for instance. It'd be worse if it was like, I don't know, if like Greninja did freaking jack all, or Charizard. Yeah, okay, sure, yeah. I get wanting more of your favorite Pokemon, but it's like, yes, absolutely, my favorite Pokemon, Muck.
To be fair, for like the Pokemon side of things as well, it just shows also how broken Gandor is in this debate. He literally wipes out
Gengar.
All
Yes, but then I have to be the contrarian on the opposite side and be like, okay, look, if I'm gonna be honest, the Pikachu is practically useless in this fight. And in fact, he does more damage to his own team than he was originally going for. And one last thing that really kind of impacts this episode for me is the climax should not have gone the way it went, because I argue if you took out a certain character and you just kept one of the characters that was already on the board, nothing changes. You arguably don't lose anything. So it was just, I get, it was just, DJ probably just wanted to include all of the monsters that he could, and he was trying to put himself, because again, that's even something they talked about. They've talked about that would be their biggest struggle for this fight. How do we do this?
Yeah.
If we give these characters everything, we're not going to be able to fulfill and live up to everyone's expectations, which means your favorite character, either on Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon side, are probably not going to do what you think they will. They'll just be lucky if they show up. And
which, to be fair, when it comes to like a lot of them being in the background, I'd rather have obviously it's like a hell of a lot of work for the animators and whatnot, but I would rather them be in the background than them not be there at all. Because if you'll notice, most I guess this is something I probably should have saved for when we get into gushing, but most of Ash's Pokemon do show up.
They do.
I mean, granted, most of them are in like one frame, but they're there. Like they don't do anything, but they are there. And again, I'd rather that than nothing. You know, like at the very least, I can point and be like, oh hey, that's the one. That's I recognize that thing.
Yeah. Again, it is a major criticism and complaint for me. As much as I love this, I'm going to gush about this episode with the three of y'all, but I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to exactly say. I'm not going to give it the esteem that my other friends have given it by saying, oh, this is the best episode of the Independent era. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And if I really had to be honest, I kind of feel like, okay, it was great. It really was. But it was going to have these problems to begin with, and I do have to at least commemorate DJ for doing his best with what he was able to do. But that is another reason I feel like this episode have bit off a little bit more than it could chew. There was just too much going on, and it ended up losing a lot of the important things that really are what I look for in a death battle. Because again, not having Ash and Yugi interact that much, not having Ash compliment Yugi on his strategy, not having Ash ask what is going on, how does this work, not having Yugi or Yami or Tem compliment Ash or banter with him, it really loses the appeal of this debate for me, because that's what I always wanted was for these two to interact. Because they are so much alike than people actually realize.
I mean, I think it just comes down to like the difficult balancing act with this matchup, with how many monsters both of them have. Like,
yeah.
Again, you're gonna have to sacrifice like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
At the end of the day, most of us here are here for the giant monster mash, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, I'm not denying that like more interactions would have been nice.
Yeah.
I
would have appreciated it, but I'm not like losing sleep over it not being there.
No, that's fair. Well, again, everyone, you do make a point. There are some people who are here for just the monsters, but if I'm being realistic, I am not here for the monsters. If I'm being really 100% honest, I don't care about the monsters. I like them. I love some of them, and they're still some of my favorite monsters in fiction. But I'm not here to see the monsters battle, because that's ultimately just cannon fodder to what ultimately is the real reason I'm here. I'm here to see Ash and Yugi bounce off of each other. I'm here to see their strategies really be complemented by one another and how they're pushing each other on the back foot. again, characters, they're the 3 C's, and the fact that characterization was not, unfortunately, had to be sacrificed in order for the monster segment, it really does kind of make this episode somewhat of a letdown for me, but it's not something that I'm going to detract big points for. It's just something that's going to keep it from being great in my eyes. Because again, the best way to sum up this animation, it's a fucking sugar high, and you don't care about anything. You're just happy that you're eating all of your delicious candy, and you are having the best time of your life. Or I guess popcorn battle also works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other? Do you guys have any other things that? Because I'm done being Mr. Contrarian. I am ready to glaze this episode, believe it or not.
I got nothing.
Nope.
Sean, you got anything?
Nah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Time for gushing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right. Glazing time. Oh man. Like.
Oh God.
Christ. It's hard to
God
figure out
dang
where to
it.
start.
I'll tell you where to
know
start.
where.
Yeah, I'll tell you where to start at the beginning.
Yeah. All right. Who had classic? Who had classic Pokemon Red and Blue battle system on their bingo card on how this fucking episode would
love
start?
that.
Yeah. Oh man. You know what?
And hey, it
man.
wasn't Fight after all. What do you know? No.
Yeah, we technically did have some right. You're not wrong.
So that's where Origin came in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It is such a cute little intro to the fight.
It was. It's like, look, if you had any doubts about this episode, and if they would treat both franchises right, watch this, and then have your doubts just melt away.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
follow that into the transition, which looks so smooth.
It was so
good
smooth.
Lord. Oh
So
my
smooth.
God. Okay, look. I know we were bringing up criticisms and little nitpicks about this, but but honest to God, look, if I could just shut the fucking adult brain off in my head and just be a kid again, I will say, look, man, fucking animation is fucking amazing. Like, good Lord. This is
the Pokemon models look fantastic in 3D, but the
no
monsters just blew me away.
Look, not since Goku versus Superman have I had such a big stupid grin on my face throughout the whole fight.
Yeah.
And then okay, also the 4-on-4 bit, love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, hold up. Ash's league team, like the 6 that he brings with him. Good team. We got Pikachu, Sceptile, Lucario, Crocodile, Charizard, and Gengar. That's a solid lineup.
He's got a good mixture of offensive and defensive. Well, mostly offensive. I don't know if they have any defensive capabilities, but shut up. Point is that I agree with you. This is a good spread to start with, and then also Ash, also Yugi having, of course, his main, the Dark Magician. Love that. Celtic Guardian, he had to be here. Appreciate that. Stone Soldier, love that. And just good man. I just
It's Buster Blader is the last one you're missing, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was caught up in my own hype rethinking about it.
That's fine.
Yeah, Buster Blader 2, good spread, love it. I mean, obviously you had to get Dark Magician and Celtic Guardian in there because they are his most recognizable and go-to monsters. I'm actually very surprised he didn't have Karibo out as his starter. Yeah, no joke. Just like, oh, okay.
Well, it was always going to be Dark Magician against Pikachu.
It's true. Yes, no, and honestly, look, if you put a gun to my head and you just asked me which one do I want more, Karibo versus Pikachu or Dark Magician versus Pikachu, of fucking course I'm going to pick Dark Magician because, yeah, no, Dark Magician is the Pikachu of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of that, hey, Pikachu actually managed to take him out, so...
Yeah, he did, on a technicality, yeah, no, God damn it, I want to talk about voice acting so fucking bad, but anyway, I'm gonna hold in the urge. I'm holding it in. Anyway,
Explain that, because of how they were treating the episode. It was because of the trap card, basically, that Dark Magician would still be destroyed, meaning Pikachu was stronger than Dark Magician, but Yugi just read-directs the damage he would have taken to Ash instead.
It is so funny because everybody, I saw maybe like a handful of reactors actually call out, okay, when Yugi's like, don't get ahead of yourself, you forgot about my face down card. Everybody was like, Mirror Force?
Dude,
no, Dimension Sphinx.
Every single time people brought up Mirror Force, I'm like, shut the hell up.
This man has other fucking redirection cards other than goddamn Mirror Force. Please shut up. Sean, were you one of those people who wanted Mirror Force, or were you happy that they actually went the extra mile to give us non-Mirror Force cards?
Hooray for Dimension Sphinx being used in something that's not just a movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on to that thought. We're gonna get back to that.
But no, I also freaking love like the Dimension Sphinx and freaking. I love Crocodile. I love Crocodile taking that hit.
No,
Crocodile was like, Crocodile was like, oh shit.
Yeah, Crocodile sees Dimension Sphinx rising up, which, by the way, we didn't talk about this. Dimension Sphinx is hand-drawn, and oh my god, does it look good.
I mean, it's so seamless. Like, all the, like, okay, I know all the hand-drawn stuff feels like so seamlessly blended in to everything else.
It does. It does. Oh, man. But yeah, Crocodile noticing that Dimension Sphinx rising up, and then he immediately uses Dig to go under to intercept the Thunderbolt that did take out Dark Magician, but also it would have taken Ash out too. So I love Crocodile actually being a bro and probably being one of the high-tier monster characters to really have an impact on this fight, because he protected Ash from getting hit, even though I would make the argument, Crocodile, you're what you did, fucking awesome. Love you, bro. You're the MVP.
You didn't need to
one
do
of the
that.
MVPs. You didn't need to do that. I mean, do you know how many times Ash has? Yeah, exactly.
We would never have gotten the ZDogg funny meme.
I was gonna say
that's true. You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, I not only did I voice a meme over it, but also the thumbs up was funny. Damn it!
It was funny. No, I'll give you that.
Oh,
I'm mostly joking. Like,
I'm
glad. Like, he didn't need to do that, but I'm glad he did. Like, I mean, I guess Ash has survived it more than 100 different times at this point, but it still like hurts like a son of a bitch. So,
exactly. But it's still good on you, Crocodile.
Here's the thing. Remember, Crocodile's a ground type. Typically, electric type attacks should have no effect on him.
But of course, because it's Ash's Pikachu, it does.
Yeah.
Ash's Pikachu being busted in Pokemon? What's that?
Dude, I'm telling you, that little rat is built different. Anyway, sorry.
No. And then the transition to, again, if you missed, again, because I know people didn't pay attention to how they were going to set this up. If you didn't pay attention and see that they were actually going to give these two everything, then the surprise of Ash saying, good thing we brought them all, and then all 30 of the fucking Tauros come out along with his other Pokemon, and then Ash, of course, doing the thing, which, by the way, who also had this on their bingo card for this fight, Ash pulling the cap back and then doing the classic I choose you Pokeball throw.
That was in like we brought it up briefly, but that was in the short death battle to promote Ash.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
that was on my bingo card actually.
okay, good. But also, okay, we all gotta say it. Welcome back, Charizard. The boy is back.
And he died
Dude.
to summon Skull almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you say that despite all of that, Charizard still got had the
Yeah,
best
I was gonna
glow
say,
up
hold your
possible.
fucking roll there. If it wasn't okay, because Charizard was literally one of 2 Pokemon that actually did heavy damage on Yugi slash Atem, and guess what? As Nemesis pointed out in his fucking video, and I'm sure all of us are going to bring out, if Stone Soldier was not there to be a Chad and block most of the flame from reaching Atem's life points, then guess what? If Greninja's hit had fully connected later on, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, Yugi would have lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nemesis got that again from TCS Anime because he actually broke down like actual Yu-Gi-Oh life points for that, assuming Charizard has the piercing effect.
Yes.
It was out. I'm doing math right. 3,800 attack points.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
So,
yeah.
where's that
just
sound
one-
effect?
Just one flamethrower not only took
Yeah.
out the giant soldier of stone, but also almost took out almost half of Yugi's life points.
Yeah, the
But
fact that
Charizard shows up, does one attack, and still looks cooler doing it than he did in his other 2 episodes.
Redemption for Charizard, let's go!
There you go. My God.
Oh yeah. Also, by the way, if it wasn't fucking obvious, because I'm gonna say this right now, Digimon versus Pokemon's animation, eat your fucking heart out.
Hey, listen, I may poke fun of the Charizard losing the Summon Skull, but it did lead to the sickest entrance for a combatant.
Dude, freaking
So,
Nebby.
Oh man. Okay, no. I do want to say I do like how all of their monsters are out, and I actually love how Ash is on the air and he's riding Charizard, so he's got a good advantage. So again, Yami can't touch him up there, so I do like how Ash does have a little bit of an advantage earlier on.
If I may pause you for a second, because I do want to point something out with how we the shot with the Karibos. I do want to point out that if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Ray got into the fight as well, because I'm pretty sure he lent his.
We were going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes with voice acting.
Okay, excuse me.
ZDogg wanted to point it out because he wants to support Ray. Leave him be.
It was relevant. It was fight relevant anyway. But yeah,
You're making me want to talk about the voice acting. I'm trying to hold it in.
Yeah.
Continue on then.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I'm messing with you.
It's like from that entrance from Nebby to seeing Slifer get introduced, and like May pointed this out to me, like if you blink, you miss Sceptile's mouth going wide, like when he sees Slifer going for an attack.
Also, can I just say, Celtic Guardian? I know we brought this up as a criticism, but Celtic Guardian getting tossed around like that.
Celtic Guardian
got suplexed.
Suplex, I love that.
Dude, Celtic Guardian got tossed around this entire fight. He fights Lucario. I could point out that Lucario doesn't Lucario uses Force Palm. He doesn't actually know that, but shut up. Then he gets freaking suplexed by Incineroar. Again, I could point out that Ash's Incineroar doesn't know Seismic Toss, but again, shut up.
Shut up.
And then Gigantamax Gengar shows up and freaking murders him. The Celtic Guardian got tossed around so bad.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, poor Celtic Guardian. You poor man. Dude was just doing his best.
Look, I swear at that point, after surviving being suplexed, that was obnoxious Celtic Guardian, for God's sake.
Yeah, no. I'm so obnoxious.
No, because like his effect is that he can't be destroyed by a monster that has a certain higher attack point than like 1900, I think it is.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oopsie.
Does he own Obnoxious Celtic Guardian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, can I just say, Pikachu getting it, trying to get another one. I guess you could say he's trying to get even Steven, because after his Thunderbolt was almost used on Ash, I do love that Pikachu's like, okay, now I'm going after you, motherfucker. Nobody tasers my boy but me. I do like how immediately, the Millennium Puzzle just protects him. And Yugi's like, okay, you want to play with lightning, huh? Okay, well, get your asses down here.
God.
Just
the pointing that he does, and then someone's going just like, okay.
Yeah, okay, you got it, boss. Okay, the Ash, which by the way, Ash's main concern when he's falling being to grab Pikachu and make sure he's okay. Fucking beautiful character stuff.
Yeah, that's so in character. Dude, Ash jumped off a Prism Tower to save Pikachu. Like, I don't know what he thought.
Okay.
I don't know what he thought he was going to be doing, but he did.
Yeah, no, which, by the way, on that note, Red, this is how you fucking protect your Pokemon. And, oh man, that leading to the fucking sickest intro for a combatant in this show.
Dude, it's freaking Nebby. I love it. Dude, freaking, I guess, Ultra Wormholes are basically, they're described, I'm not even joking when I say this, I'm being 100% serious. Ultra Wormholes are described as tearing holes in the sky. If you know, you know, and you know. But this one looks like it almost breaks the moon.
No, it was, and it's also. Go ahead, ZDogg. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, God, that effect is so cool on the moon. God.
No, and the little detail. So, okay, not a lot of people pointed this out in breakdown videos, but if you look closely, Solgaleo didn't just catch Ash and Pikachu. He also caught Charizard. You can actually see Charizard passed out and resting on Nevi's back. So yeah. Good job, Nevi. Oh, and also, not to be outdone, Yugi's literally like, haha, and then, oh god. Oh my, okay, look, I gotta hype up my boy David. David is the one who actually, and I make no exaggeration, he recreated Slifer's appearance when he first appeared against his fight with Dark Bakura. And yes, I said Bakura. And also, not only did he recreate it perfectly, literally it's shot for shot how he enters the first time, but he also reached out to Christina, who composited the Slifer sequence and made it even more better.
Gosh.
Because, yeah, and I love how Slifer's wings are expanding, and you can see his tail wrapping around the whole stadium.
It's such a cool... It's such
a long creature, Slifer.
Yeah. I knew it was big, but I didn't think it was that big.
Oh god, yeah, no. Imagine this thing in the fucking sky. It's like Shenron length, for God's sakes.
I'm pretty sure it was in the sky at one point, and it just wrapped around Kaiba's blimp.
Yes,
Yep. Meanwhile, Ash is sitting there like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what we're dealing with now. Okay, cool, let's do it.
Oh my god, I love the shot when it pans out to see Ash looking up at Slifer, which is, I'm pretty sure, again, correct, Sean, just correct me, I'm pretty sure that is meant to literally mirror Bakura's reaction to seeing Slifer on Kaiba's blimp.
Mine is Solgaleo, of course, but yes.
Yeah, there you go. And then, ooh, man, Slifer just does some... Slifer's doing damage.
Oh yeah.
Bird does God stuff.
You know, because of course he does.
Yeah.
And then Ash responds by throwing in freaking Gigantamax Gengar because sure, why not?
I fucking love the introduction.
Yeah,
of
no.
Oh, but
It's like
like him coming out of his shadow, and you see that that cheeky ass smile he has. Then
I loved seeing that. Like it was so, and also too the fact that Gigantamax's Pokeball explosion was actually able to temporarily blind, or not blind. I guess it was able to just put off Atem's eyesight for a little bit, because Atem could barely see what was coming out that Ash just threw, and having him merge behind him and again cleaning house. Poor obnoxious Celtic Guardian. I'm so sorry, my boy.
I just love how Gengar looks in general. Like it's smooth. It blends in with everything else so much.
It almost looks like he's a rubber hose character. Like just the way he moves and contorts.
That's Gengar for you.
You know, and then but then Yami's like, oh, okay, you're gonna need to knock that off. So get in here.
Dude, I remember seeing that, like, again,
Season 0 reference, let's go!
Right. Just seeing them hinting that Season 0 Yugi is going to be in the animation was mind-blowing.
Yes, no, which, holy shit. I know they talked about it in the analysis, but you guys have no idea. Fucking Season 0 Yami/Atem, he was a cold motherfucker. Like, good God. He makes fucking Kaiba look like a sissy.
So you have all that, but then here comes Naganadel with the save.
Literally snipe Atem. Literally.
Oh my god.
And then not even just that. Like, okay, cool, we managed to save Gengar, yay. But we've also managed to open Yami up for a sneak attack from good old Ash Greninja.
Ash Greninja Shoryuken actually freaking damaging the Millennium Puzzle. Oh my god.
Which we did talk about this in the debate. This was an actual thing that Bro did bring up. Could the Millennium Puzzle be damaged in a fight between the two of them? And I guess DJ was like, bro, I got you. I'm going to do that for you.
But no, I love the way that's set up, because like it's opening, it's not just like, it's not just like oh shit, panic, we need to save Gengar. It's like, it's also because we also like, I know I remember seeing someone complain that Ash doesn't really do much strategy in this fight, and I guess that's like kind of fair, but but if you'll recall, you know, Richard, you brought it up earlier with Pikachu trying to take out Yami. You know, Yami puts up a force field to protect himself from Pikachu's Thunderbolt. So it's like, okay, so he can put up force fields. Let's take advantage of that.
Literally, okay, so Ash's plan wasn't just to save Gengar, but it's almost like, okay, Ash knew that Yugi/Atem would do that. He knew that he would put up the force field when he was going to get sniped at again, and when it went down, Ash literally took advantage of that by sending Greninja in, and Greninja being, you know, a fucking ninja, going in swiftly and attacking Atem's Millennium Puzzle to take him out of the fight. That was fucking cool.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
And once again, if it wasn't for Stone Soldier blocking most of the flamethrower from Charizard, then guess what? Greninja would have just beaten Yugi and Atem right then and there. So not only would have Atem had been lost because the Millennium Puzzle was damaged, but Yugi would have lost as well.
Yeah. And then of course,
we get one of the... Coolest shots ever.
Well, I also love, just as Greninja's going in, it's slash, it's cut. Okay, I guess he's using cut. It mimics Ash's movements. So small, like it's obviously like a huge part of Ash Greninja, but it's like in a context of like a high adrenaline fight like this, it feels like such a small detail that I'm so happy they kept in. My only real complaint with Ash Greninja is that I wish we could have gotten. I know I'm talking about adding more to a fight that's already long as is, but the Ash Greninja transformation sequence is so cool, and I kind of wish we could have seen it. But oh well.
And just like that, we have our 3 MVP. We have so far our 3 MVPs of the fight. We have Crocodile, who saved Ash from Pikachu's Thunderbolt and took himself out. We have Charizard, who managed to take off a small chunk of Atem's life points, and we have Greninja, who was able to completely take most of them off and also take Atem out of the fight.
I also just like the amount of life points Yugi is left on is an actual Pokedex entry number.
Yes, it is a reference to the Pokedex. I love that.
It's freaking
I think it's Ho-Oh.
It's Ho-Oh's, yeah. Which is ungodly fitting.
Yes, but okay, look, Yugi. When Yugi enters, it's like okay,
it was gonna end with Yugi. Like
it was, and I wanted it to, but no. This is where it gets even better. This is where again I told Sean to keep that movie reference pin for later. Now I'm pulling the pin out. We literally get a reverse of the Dark Dimensions movie where Yugi now, in place of Atem, not only goes up against all of Ash's Pokemon with 250 life points left. He's basically almost dead game-wise. And he does the exact same draw with the exact same facial dissolve from Yugi to Atem that Atem did when he showed back up for the last time in the Dark Dimensions to help Yugi out. It's literally frame for frame animated the same, except we changed it. Oh, and we lost ZDogg.
ZDogg went to go look in the background of the shop beforehand with Yugi.
There we go.
There.
Yeah.
If you look behind Yugi, not only do you see his friends on the right and Kaiba on the left, you see Jocelyn back there.
Yes, that is another detail. You see for Yugi's side, yes, because guess what? In this episode's canon, Kaiba Corp built this stadium because his fucking logo was all over it, and on Yugi's side, you have Joey, Tristan, and Taya. Then you have Kaiba, and Mokuba is not there for some reason, but there is another character right next to Kaiba that isn't Mokuba. And you also have Wiz, Boomstick, Dummy, Rainmaster, and Jocelyn all watching the fight. So this is weird. You can actually make the argument that this is the first time that Wiz and Boomstick are actually watching, and I don't mean watching from their monitor, the simulation. No, I mean they're actually there in this universe, watching these two fight. So fucking cool. And then Yugi of course pulls out 4 cards to bring back. Which one of them is a Monster Reborn card because he brings back the Dark Magician, and he also brings out Dark Magician Girl. Oh, and then just I can make a little complaint / nitpick that he brings out the 3 gods and then he merges them into Herakti. Okay, you need to sacrifice a monster in order to do that, but shut up, we'll ignore it.
It's cool, damn it.
That's weird with Herakti because of the card game. Because soon as Herakti hits the field, it's instant win.
Yeah.
Well, it's also just like that's actually an interesting point. Again, going back to like reactions to this fight, I think a lot of people. I mean, look at me talking, right? Like I know I'm not one to talk, but everyone was like, this is not how Yu-Gi-Oh is supposed to work. Like I know people were talking about like Yugi drawing a bunch of cards. He's not supposed to draw that many cards all at one time. It's like, okay, is that how that works in the card game, or is that how that works in the anime? Because you need to remember, we're prioritizing the anime here. We're prioritizing the anime that Yugi is from.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, just like Ash, Yugi / Atem also have random bullshit character powers. So, shut up.
It's like a lot of people were like even like Yu-Gi-Oh guys were like, yeah, Yugi's cheating. I'm like, yeah, and
Wanting to win, or look, the man is down to 250 fucking life points. Either he cheats or he loses. Pick one. You can't have both.
I mean, technically, Ash having all of his Pokemon in the ring all at once is technically cheating too. So
yes,
it's like,
exactly.
Whatever. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, but okay. Also, oh my God! Even though she's on screen for just a couple of seconds, I do, again, going back to what we said earlier, I do wish Dark Magician Girl was out earlier, because she's literally, one of the other most popular Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. I can't imagine why. Must
yeah,
be.
Gee, I wonder why.
Must be the way her hair is. I don't fucking know.
Actually saw her dueling GX, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she's popular, and we'll never know why. But I would have liked to have seen her more. But either way, the screen time she does have, fucking awesome. And oh yeah, hi God of Yu-Gi-Oh's whole fucking universe.
Dude, you know what I love? You know what I love? I know some people pointed this out, but I'm gonna do it here. So when the God cards are all merging together, we obviously needed to throw in Ash asking, "Who's that Pokemon?" But what they made even better with that is that the way the background shifts, like the colors of it and everything, that is straight up the colors and effects of the Who's That Pokemon segment from the Pokemon anime.
Oh my God, it was all right. All animators and VFX guys, I give you credit for that. That was good. Good.
Could you
good
imagine an edit where it's? I'm gonna reference probably something that I think Richard's stuff we've seen before, where it's like, "Who's that Pokemon?" You just hear a random voice go, "It's Pikachu," and then Yugi just says, "Rockty," and then the edit goes, "Fuck."
Yes, I have seen that.
I have seen that too.
Okay. Also, too, just like Dimension Sphinx, Parakti is also hand drawn because there's no 3D model for
it. You could have fooled me.
Yeah, I know, right? You think it's 3D, but no, that's hand drawn. You can tell if you look close enough with how it's sticking out. It's almost like it's not fully there's nothing behind it. It's literally, it almost looks like it's a PNG almost.
You can definitely tell when it zooms out a little bit from the background. You can tell it's hand drawn.
Yeah, but either way, good
cool.
Fucking shot. Yeah, it is cool. And Yugi basically just again, I did see a lot of people saying, like, even Amber and her reaction were like, okay, yeah, it's done. Joter and being used in conjunction with shit, I can't remember the attack. Sean?
Dark Burning Magic.
Thank you. Joter being used in conjunction with Dark Burning Magic. Yeah, it's fucking done. He ain't getting up from that. And then Solgaleo being like, oh, hell no.
Not if Solgaleo has anything to say about it. Dude, Solgaleo Solgaleo held that back for a solid minute. That was crazy.
Yes, no. Solgaleo. Okay, let me put this to you guys in terms of power scaling. Solgaleo was essentially holding back an attack combo that basically could have either broken or recreated Yu-Gi-Oh's whole fucking multiverse. Literally, like, it was no fucking problem. No,
I'm sorry, I gotta do this.
Go ahead.
Because this is my favorite aspect of this whole fight. Like, you can comment about Ash's strategies kind of taking a backseat all you want. That's totally fine. But what you cannot deny is that they absolutely nailed how determined this guy is. Ash straight up looked at literal God and was like, "Yeah, I got this."
Yeah, I can win.
Ash was like, "Nah, I'm not going out like this. If I'm going out. We're gonna go out how we're gonna go out." Literally, okay, look, no, to paint an even further picture, Ash is basically he's stuck in a white light. All of his monsters are being surrounded and taken out by this attack. Greninja, and bro,
Naganadel.
Thank you. Naganadel are basically frozen with Swords of Reveal and Light, and as the light, which by the way, I'm pretty sure the light enveloping Ash, that has to be some kind of reference to. I don't know if it's the first movie, but it's definitely something I've seen in Pokemon before. I don't know.
It could be. I don't know. My guess is that it's the best thing I can think of is that it's a reference to when Ash won the Alola League, because it also leads into him using 10 million volt Thunderbolt.
Yes, but no. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The build up to the Z move.
Oh my
amazing.
God! Oh my God! Okay,
yes.
I don't know who thought of the idea to have Ash cycle through all of the outfits he wore, but oh my God, I love that. I love that so much. Like, I could probably comment about how some of the models look a little wonky. I'm not particularly fond of the Kalos one in particular, and that's kind of a shame because that's my favorite one. But they're also on screen for like a second each. And also, shut up, it's cool. Like, it's a cool concept regardless.
It's like, the white light envelops him. Pikachu looks scared and worried, and Ash putting his hat on him and just reassures him that they're gonna do this. And then the Z move, as bro said, all of his journey outfits cycling by a second. And then again, I want to talk about the voice acting, but good lord, the fucking Goku-esque yell Ash does when he tells Pikachu to use the 10 million volt Thunderbolt, it's so epic, it's so awesome. And then everybody, literally everybody, including Amber, is like, wait a minute, can he do it? Is he gonna do it? And then, of course, Yugi fucking, the little cheeky smirk.
Yugi had to ruin it. I'm kidding.
No. I'm gonna do one even better.
I'm joking.
No. Hold on, correct yourself. It was Atem had to ruin it, because what you see, everybody forgets, before Atem was taken out, he placed one last card down in face down. And what was that card? What, Mirror Force? No, shut the fuck up. No, get yourself out of here with your damn Mirror Force. It was Magic Cylinder. And then, oh my god. Literally, I rewatched the episode with my friends who had never seen it. We were doing our live reaction to it. They were literally yelling and screaming when Yugi just said, "You've activated my trap card! Magic Cylinder!" I was like, oh, this is so fucking epic. It's like
one trap card to actually counter that Z move.
And no, the funny thing is, Magic Cylinder was mentioned in Yugi's analysis, so this was basically foreshadowing.
Yep.
And
screw you.
And
screw you and screw Mirror Force. We got Magic Cylinder up in this bitch.
Yeah, exactly. No. Also, again, I do love how look at Yugi's reaction before the Thunderbolt hits him, and you see the white light now envelop him, and his life points are on screen. Somebody pointed out he's basically smiling for one of two reasons. The first is he's thankful to Ash for a great duel, and he knows that this is probably going to be the last they see of each other, so he's showing his respect. Or he's realizing and thankful that Atem left him something to help him against his fight with Ash. Very much similar to when they had to trade places to confuse, Oh my god, I'm forgetting his
Pegasus?
fucking name. Yeah, Pegasus, thank you. Pegasus is Millennium Eye.
I think the intent for that was it was like that smile was basically like a thank you partner like reaction.
Yeah,
I think he was. I think I remember. I remember hearing through the grapevine. I think he was supposed to say it, but they cut it out.
Damn it.
It's fine. It works better without it.
It's not a deal breaker.
But there's one thing I do want to comment on about that though is that I remember again going back to everybody being freaking sore winners. Pikachu busts out the Z move. And again, everyone's asking, well, what's that supposed to do against God? And I'm just sitting here thinking, oh, you think too small, my friend. You see, he's not aiming for Herakti. Oh, no. He's aiming for Yugi. That little rat is out for blood.
Yes, no.
And remember, I said this earlier, if that, like, you take out Yugi, you won. Like, forget the cards. So... Ash, okay, bare minimum, Ash is aiming for the magicians. He's not. They're not. It's not aiming for Herakti. It would not have done shit to Herakti. But it would have taken out. At the very least, it would have taken out the magicians, which takes a whole lot of weight off of Solgaleo. Or it would have taken out Yugi, which, if it wasn't for Magic Cylinder, probably would have won the fight.
I think, well, it is kind of obvious because, again, the way you see the white envelop Yugi, the way the white is enveloping Yugi, very much how it was for Ash, it's very clear that, okay, that attack was meant for Yugi because all Ash has been doing throughout this whole fight, he's been trying to get Yugi. He knows that he can't beat Yugi's higher-end monsters, but that's not his goal. His goal is to take out Yugi or Atem. And he already took out Atem, so it's fair to say that Yugi was his last priority.
Yeah.
And
then, man,
so yeah, but then
Solgaleo again, MVP, man. Like it tried so
that's
hard.
What I'm saying.
It held back that strong of attack. It took that plus Pikachu's Z move to take it to overwhelm it.
Yeah.
Which yes, you can make the I've seen people make the argument, including Nemesis, that technically it was Pikachu that ended up losing the fight for Ash, but who really cares at this point? Because look,
at the same time, screw you and shut up.
But also at the same time, it's like, look, I'm just more impressed that it was showing that okay, Solgaleo was just barely able to hold back 2 attacks. You add on a 3rd attack, and it's like, yeah, no, that's it. That poor thing has done all it can. Now it can at least die knowing it pretty much took everything from the gods of Yu-Gi-Oh's universe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then that leads into the ending, which I'm gonna say is perfect. One, nice reference. Yeah. 2, it's okay. This is what I was hoping for out of this fight as a whole. When it comes to like the death, was that it's definitive enough for the episode, but it's also like ungodly easy to reverse.
So okay, adding on to what you're about to say, there is a 0.1% chance for Ash to come back out of this. But as your only mate pointed out to me off camera, it would require some very tedious work because, you see, not all of Ash's Pokemon, including himself, were turned to stone. There is one left, and it's Crocodile, who is still in his Pokeball, and Mate actually did come up with a good reason to get Ash out. It would just require Crocodile being transferred over to Professor Oak's lab, and then he would get him out, and then you could just use Crocodile's tears to bring back Ash and all of his Pokemon.
Well, you could do that, or, I mean, Ash's friends are in the audience, as well as Team
Rocket.
Rocket.
What the hell are their tears gonna do, damn it? They need Pokemon tears up, and we need Pokemon tears up in this bit.
Well,
We need
there is an
like
easy.
all of them.
There is an easier way.
Okay.
And it's headcanon, yeah, but at the same time, shut up. Who cares? Yeah, of course it's headcanon. Why do you why do you ask? Anyway, Ho-Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Ho-Oh could very easily just be like, oh, okay,
Hey, I'm here.
and then yeah, Ash is back. Either that, or I mean, I guess Ash would have needed to been pretty much like vaporized, but Ash just straight up walked off being dead before. So like really like I know I brought that up last time we talked about this fight. I know I really wish there was a better explanation for that, but he literally just he gets vaporized. He does get vaporized. He does not get turned to stone. But he gets vaporized, and then he awakens in basically the afterlife, and then literally just starts running, and then he's alive again. I really wish there was more context I could provide, but that's basically it.
Well, either way, I mean, yeah, no, this is not permanent death. It's more just like, look, it's basically Ash just got a boo boo, and Ho-Oh can basically kiss the boo boo.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's definitive enough for the episode. Like for all intents and purposes, Ash did die. So
yes, he went back to the dead Airbnb. He's having his breakfast. He's in bed with all of his Pokemon, and then boom, they're all running out of the Airbnb, and they're back in the real world. Everyone rejoice. Ash is alive, and headcanon, how many who runs up to Ash to hug him first? My headcanon is it's Brock.
Okay.
Probably, actually.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's, yeah. But no, adding on to the death itself,
Misty will just slap him and ask, "Did you see my bike in the afterlife, asshole?"
Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway, you had to ruin it. Anyway, what also adds to what I said earlier about this basically being like the perfect ending is that if you'll notice, none of Ash's Pokemon die before this very moment. Like some of them get taken out, yeah, but we obviously saw Crocodile. Charizard gets taken out by Summon Skull, but he's back up on his feet before Herakti shows up. And then Mons like Sceptile and Lucario got taken out by a Slifer, but again, they're back up relatively quickly. Basically, what I'm saying is, like in typical army battles, their armies dwindle over time, and in a death battle sense, that means they all freaking die. Now obviously you can get away with that with Yugi because he has cards that can bring them back. But with Ash, like, man, it would have been a tonal shift and a half if Ash had to watch any of his Pokemon die. So instead, they were just like, how about we just not do that and have them all die together? And each of them all with smiles on their faces as well. It's great.
It is. Like, this is probably my favorite. Like, look, next to Buffy versus Blade, this is probably my favorite death shot we've had in the independent era. Yeah, no.
I mean, I'm biased. So.
It's a good ending, though.
I do think it's a very good ending and very fitting of both series. So
yes, and also
it is definitely up there. Also, I do really appreciate the line afterwards of that was a great duel, Ash.
Yeah.
Yes, and then walking away, doing the thumbs up that he did in the actual Yu-Gi-Oh episode. Oh, and then to make I guess most of us, if not me, feel fucking old, they end it the same way that the Pokemon VHS tapes would end, where it zooms out and you see the end in the corner. That didn't make me feel my age at all. Thank you, DJ.
What do you mean? Nah. That. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of lines, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just really think it was a good ending. From it being a reference to the first Pokemon movie to legit how the original Yu-Gi-Oh series ended. Like, it's a perfect ending with perfect references.
Yeah. And then they have like the actual ending, like Richard was saying, it's basically like a mix between how like the original episodes of both shows used to end. Like obviously we have the sepia color change for Yu-Gi-Oh, and then for Pokemon the screen zooms out and then we get the end card. It's great.
I also want to say, like, I do think it also gets like, I mean, I know going back compared to Pokemon Digimon, like, appreciate it, like, not being, you know, it's not brutal.
It's not bloody.
It's not.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like freaking. No one's getting gored. It's still very much in line.
Yeah.
With, you know,
actually,
it's not ending
of the rest of the fight.
Well, actually, there's pretty much no bloodshed at all.
No, there isn't, and it ending with. Okay, ending with 3 different reference endings was actually very good. I did appreciate that, and again, it feels very in character for both. And I do also appreciate that it was Yugi. That you can make the argument that it was Atem that helped. Obviously, Atem helped him, but this was Yugi's victory, not Atem. Atem did help him along the way, but having this end with Yugi being the one proud to have beaten Ash, I like that very much. Because again, I was afraid that it was just going to end with Atem beating him, but no, Yugi being the one that beats Ash and walking off, telling him that was a good fight, was very in character. And I think DJ understood the assignment way better than I think anyone initially thought he would.
Yeah.
Can we please talk about that?
Poor Richard, man.
Dude's been holding it back for too long. All right, fine.
All right. Rip it off. Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
What the fuck? This is my favorite voice acting of Death Battle 25. I said it. I stand by it. I'm dying on that hill.
Here's what I've always said for like 2025. I always thought Chris Guerrero had the best performance, but no, Elsie just took that.
Oh
No, hold on.
No.
We need to get the non-MVP out first, even though I feel bad. It's like.
Okay, you say that. You say that though.
No. Look,
You've still did a fucking amazing job.
No,
great job, Ray.
I know. No, I know. Ray did a fantastic job.
Ray's MVP at 100%.
Exactly. No, I'm so proud of Ray.
We love him.
Fucking son of a bitch gets to edit and voice acting.
I'm not jealous.
Yeah, not jealous at all. What do you mean?
No, Ray is 3 for 3. Ray is literally 3 for 3 in Death Battle appearances. I tell you. Oh God. Anyway, no. Ray's the Karibos was very good for the brief moment he's on screen. I legit thought that was a soundbite for the Karibos. So the fact that Ray got to voice all of them, which also, thank God we live in a universe where Little Karibo didn't voice act in this, because then they probably would have just made the easiest joke when Karibo comes out by just having him say, "Do the la la la, the la 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 la."
Oh my God.
And it just
okay, that's anyway.
And now I've just ruined any hope and chance for BrobusCast to check out Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I think my job is done.
Oh well.
Yeah, if your goal is to turn me off of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, you got it, buddy.
Since, but that was just a casualty.
Anyway.
No.
If we actually
Okay,
hold on. If we actually want to do that real quick.
I was gonna say it's only fair.
There's actually, as you may have noticed, there's a ton of monsters on screen. And would you believe me if I said that almost all of them are voiced over?
Yeah.
All of the, well, okay, with the exception of obviously Slifer, Herakti, Dark Magician, Obnoxious Celtic Guardian, and Dark Magician Girl.
Well, most of Yugi's monsters aren't voiced over, aside from the Karibos.
Yes, aside
the Karibos are the only ones that are voiced over. Ray, you madman. Anyway, I'm mostly talking about Ash's Pokemon.
Yes. Oh. With the exception of Pikachu. Pikachu's is the...
Yeah, with that exception, but that's okay because you can't do Pikachu like that.
No.
Anyway, hell, actually, some voice acting was done for monsters that didn't even show up in the fight. Poor Lousy got to voice Rowlet, and Rowlet never showed up.
Damn.
But shit! I could have used this as a segment. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it anyway. It's past tense. I don't care. Who voiced that Pokemon?
Well, for almost half of Ash's team, the answer is Jacob Waller, aka Jukum. Literally, how? Why? Why does he?
Why not?
No, I'm being serious. Why does he voice so many of Ash's team?
Why not? Sean answered your question.
I mean, of course he was. Of course he freaking voiced Seth.
Oh, he did voice Sceptile.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, of course he did. Right.
Yeah, of course.
Literally
I don't
his.
think he
Literally his main from as the champion of Pokken Tournament. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he voiced Charizard because that's just Charizard's grunt and noises from the actual appearance in the Pokemon series.
So apparently, when Charizard gets taken out by Summon Skull,
Don't tell me.
No. It's weirder than you could ever possibly think. Luis.
Go on.
Luis got his dog to do it.
Oh my god!
I forgot about that.
Dude. Okay. All right. Ray and Luis's dog are the MVPs of this. No questions asked. My boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Although I did mention Lousy earlier, he did get to keep his one mon that he did voice that was able to stay in the fight was Snorlax. He did manage to voice Snorlax.
That's good.
Also, apparently Billy voiced Mr. Mime. Could have fooled me. Mr. Mime shows up when they all die. So
That's true. Yeah. Does anybody voice Gigantamax Gengar?
Origin does, apparently.
Of fucking course.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that.
Nice.
Kian voices Gliscor, Gibble, and Crocodile, even though Gliscor barely shows up and Gibble shows up and doesn't speak. But okay. Again, I'm imagining a lot of voice lines were cut because, of course, they were.
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of it was like just record for like everybody, and we'll see what we can fit in. I'm guessing.
Okay. All right. Death Battle. All right. Ben. If you're listening, if you watch this by some miracle, put all of those damn voice lines out for members or on the fucking website. Do it. Look, man. I want to hear every crew's voice line.
Yeah. And then we also got the real MVP of this fight, Project Alpha 22. Not just voicing. Hold on. Apparently he voices Infernape, Incineroar, and Lucario. The latter two, he could have fooled me. I thought they were Smash Bros. Voice clips. I guess they might have been. They were just kind of like mixed in. But then he also is, as we've been alluding to earlier, he is also the voice of Toonami Tom from the.
You're
from the,
telling me that
the preview shorts.
Yeah, so you're telling me that that Project Alpha can do a Steve Bloom voice, and he just never thought to share that?
Guess not.
I had to keep it secret. It was too powerful.
Look, man. I know. Okay, this is never gonna fucking happen in any universe that we are in. But damn it, if Toonami Tom could ever get into a death battle, I already know who I want to voice him.
The hell? Okay. Anyway, now here's the thing. If there's a Pokemon I didn't mention yet, it's either they didn't show up in the fight at all, they weren't voiced at all, or they were voiced by Jukum.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been on the Ash vs Yugi page on the Death Battle Wiki for pretty much this entire conversation now. I'm not gonna name every single one of these because God, that would take too long. But let me do a count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, we're still going. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 Pokemon! All voiced by Jukum.
My God.
Now, of course, there's a solid chance that, again, there's a lot of voice for who we can. We'll see what we can fit in later. Because like some of them is like Heracross, Swellow, Torkoal. Like, did y'all see those three show up in the fight at all? Aside from when they all die. So I'm imagining their voices aren't actually there. Like you can't hear them, but he recorded for them all.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's
So
get
then
to
there's
the.
that.
All right. Let's.
But okay, now we need to actually be serious for a second, because we gotta talk about the two voice actors that are actually like marketed, and B are, the ones that have
Relevant.
Relevant. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So I guess Sean brought it up earlier. Let's screw it. Let's start with the MVP herself. Elsie Lovelock returns as Ash.
Elsie Lovelock. Hello. I heard that it was her, and I was like, obviously before the fight ever came out, and I was like, okay, not my first choice. Not like I wasn't like concerned or anything, because obviously they wouldn't have casted her if she was bad. But I was just like, okay. It's like I need to hear it compared to her competition, which is like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. But obviously we'll get to that later. I was like, okay, I need to hear Ash. I need to hear Elsie's Ash. Well, I've heard it. I've been listening to it for the past month and a half now. Yeah, I think MVP is an understatement. Like she is perfect. Like she sounds like Ash, she talks like Ash. And Richard brought it up earlier, but that freaking 10 million volt Thunderbolt scream, oh my God. Dude, I don't get emotional very often, really at like watching anything, but especially when I'm watching Death Battle. Like it's hard for me to get like super emotional during it. Obviously I wasn't there if you saw my reaction, obviously. But man, I can absolutely see why someone would start tearing up over the build up to the Z move. It was crazy.
No, I agree. I've known Elsie for a long time. Maid and I interviewed her back on Nerdbender a long time ago, which, oh my God, that was over 10, 11 years ago now. Fuck, I'm old. Anyway, and I've seen her. I've always supported her work. I know. Out of the four of us right now, I knew how much of a diehard Poke nerd she was. This is the woman who did a cover of the opening song for Pokemon 3 with another person. And this is also the same person who created her own Poke OC, who is basically, to describe it in only our friend group would understand, it's Kira Armstrong if he was a woman and if he was a Pokemon trainer.
Oh, God.
What the fuck? That's a comparison.
Oh, God.
Yes, I'm not shitting you. So I knew firsthand how big of a Poke fan she was. So for her to voice Ash is so unreal because, again, you cannot tell it's Elsie. You can't hear her voice. You can't hear her accent. In fact, a lot of people said it sounds just like Sarah. It was almost dead on. And she just nailed the inflections and the mannerisms of Ash to the point where, again, I listened to her talk and I watched this. I'm like, that cannot be the same person. It sounds like two different people. I almost thought it was Sarah at some point, but no. When I knew it was Elsie, I was like, this is just so weird, but it's good weird. And yeah, no, her deliveries were so good. So good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look, look, if Ash versus Lucy happens, I already know who I want them to bring back as Ash.
Yeah. No, she was fantastic.
Yeah, no.
Although as fantastic as Tom Shock,
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then we have the Tom Shulk in the room.
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
That's
Pause.
it.
Pause.
Yo,
So Tom Shock. Okay, cool. How does he voice? How does he? Okay, so he voices Yami. Okay, I get that. You know, I've heard Dan Green pretty much everywhere. I watched Pokemon, for crying out loud. He's everywhere. So I hear Tom is voicing him. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. You know, given some of the characters he's voiced on Death Battle before, like a Dan Green impression is definitely within his wheelhouse. But then he also voices Yugi.
Yes, no, okay, all right. Look. I know your only mate, and I'm bringing him up again. I know your only mate, and I always talked about how would it have been cool? It would be cool if the little Karibo did participate in this. But then when I heard Tom was going to voice Yugi, I was like, okay, I can understand. And Ben Singer himself even submitted conditions. If they could not find anybody who could voice both Yugi and Atem, then they would get in contact with little Karibo.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that they did not. Again, this is no disrespect to little Karibo. No disrespect. He is one of my favorite YouTubers, but I'm kind of glad they didn't get him.
Yeah, I am too. Honestly, I after this fight came out, little Karibo actually responded to this fight. Well, responded, quote unquote.
Like after the announcement what came out.
Yeah,
he was asked.
Well, no, like he made a video talking about Yugi also has a death battle against Ash, and it's great. You should watch it. After it came out, I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
But he does it in like this like Yami VTuber sort of style. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not familiar with Little Karibo.
That's how he. That's fair. That's how he does his reviews for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Okay, so then there you go.
That's also how he does other videos too. He'll use his VTube. He has two VTuber models. One of him as a little Karibo with his hat and his glasses, where he uses his natural speaking voice, and then the other one is a Yami VTuber that was made for him specifically so he can make content as Yami.
Yeah, okay. See, he did that, and one of those videos, and I actually watched it, was him responding to Ash vs. Yugi. He did it as Yami, and listening to that voice, I'm like, oh, that's what he sounds like. Okay,
that is his Yugi time impression.
Like, again, this is not a shot. I'm not trying to take shots at Little Karibo. I am so glad it wasn't him.
Yeah. So okay, I will make the argument and bat for him. His attempt voice is not bad. It is iconic in its own right. It's not one-to-one like Dan Green.
It's not Dan Green. But that's the thing.
But where I'm also going with this is his Yugi voice has always been something to be desired, because what his Yugi voice is, it's essentially his natural voice, but he's pitching it up to match that of Dan Green's Yugi inflections. And it would not have worked. For the dramatic stuff here, it would not have worked. If anything, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb. And Tom Scholk, I'm just going to say it, Tom Scholk is officially a voice chameleon. There's no character.
Oh, you're saying that now?
There's no... Yes, I know now, ironically. There's no character. There's no character this man cannot just do a one-to-one impression of. You know, screw it. He can just voice everyone if they wanted him to. But his Dan Green impression for Atem, I swear to God, it almost sounded identical. It's Dan Green. That is... Especially when he does the whole, don't get ahead of yourself, you forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension 3! The way he raises his voice and his inflection, like, yeah, that's Dan Green. That is how Dan Green would do it.
Straight up Dan Green. Yeah. I refuse to believe it's not.
Yeah, no. And again, I really wish, that's one of my main complaints. I really wish Atem could have gotten more dialogue exchanges with Ash, because it would have been so cool. But then his Yugi voice, his Yugi voice is literally, just like his attempt, that's Dan Green. In fact, my friend who's also done Dan Green impressions, not one-to-one, but he's done them, he pointed out the way Tom voices Yugi when he's out and going to finish the fight, he's voicing Yugi how Dan voiced him in the Dark Dimensions movie, where if you go and listen to that, Dan Green does this little cute thing where he makes Yugi sound like his voice is getting deeper, almost sounding like a Tem when he grows up. And Tom did the exact same thing in his deliveries. It was perfect. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, well, he should have voiced Deku than the other guy. His Deku actually sounds good.
Shut up.
I know. I was about to say, look, Deku has nothing to fucking do with this. Shut up. Also, really? By that logic, I guess Dan Green should have voiced Deku in My Hero's dub, since apparently Yugi sounds like Deku. Again, shut up.
It's like, I don't know. Yeah, get your Deku comparisons in now, I guess. I don't know. I don't care.
I don't care. I'm not here to talk about Deku comparisons. I'm just here to say that, look, it's so good.
I guess it's kind of neat that I saw a few reactors be like, is that Deku's voice actor? And they look and it's not, but they were like, oh, okay. Okay, I mean,
yeah,
neat.
no.
It's I mean, I guess that's kind of neat, but yeah, no, that's about as far as I'm willing to go with that. After that, it's okay, cool. Now who cares? Let's watch the fight. But no, it's just I get that the obviously the intent was they wanted to get someone who could voice both Yugi and Yami. I got that. That's partly why they didn't get Little Karibo.
Because he can only do one of those voices. He can't do both.
Yeah.
The way they want him to.
Yeah. So then, I think they said they had every intention of reaching out to Little Karibo if all of their plans for the like auditions didn't work out, and then Tom comes in and is like, okay, is there a voice you can't do, dude? But I'm just sitting here. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, okay, cool. He sounds like Deku, whatever. How is that Tom Shock?
That's just it. How?
Like his Yami. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean it's Dan Green. Like, yeah, but like I expected that. I expected that out of Tom. How's Yugi? How is he Yugi?
How can he? Okay. How can he do you? Yeah, I get the question. How can he do Yugi's voice? Tem/Yami's voice, I can understand. You can do that voice. You just have to have a deep voice, and you just have to raise it up with the inflections. Okay, yeah, anybody can do that. There have been people who have done Dan Green Yami voices on the fucking internet or in real life.
Yeah.
Cool. But do you know how rare it is to find somebody who can also just do Yugi's voice? I'm telling you, it's like if Tom needs to be in the Yu-Gi-Oh circuit if they ever bring back Yami and Yugi. It's like if Dan can't do it, it's like, yeah, get Tom.
Yep.
This voice acting was fucking goated. It's literally my favorite part of this episode.
It is very good.
Yeah.
They both acted their heart out.
Yes, and they both sounded amazing, spot on, and I didn't even hear the actors. I just heard Yami and Yugi fighting Ash.
Yeah.
Take that.
You know,
yeah,
Sean, you got anything to add?
This voice acting duo just knocked it out of the park with these characters. Like, you can believe that each of them were either Dan Green or Ashley. Not Ashley, Sarah. Fuck.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, they just did a phenomenal job with these characters, especially since they're so iconic to like so many childhoods.
Yeah, these are
They
voices.
had to sound-
Yeah, these are voices you couldn't have screwed up.
No, and the stars were aligned. The stars were aligned for this episode for them to get the right actors to portray them. And this is the closest we were ever going to get to having Dan Green and Sarah in Death Battle. Okay. Well, speaking of sound and getting the stars aligned.
Yeah. Well, they may not have been able to get Sarah or Dan, but they did get someone that's quite known across at least one of these shows.
Literally.
Brandon.
The fuck.
Brandon.
What,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
what black magic did you pull? Like
Brandon.
Brandon Yates magic. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Yates believed in the heart of the cards. Or more appropriately, Brandon Yates threw a Pokeball and captured fucking Jason Page, the original singer of the Pokemon intros and the iconic first intro.
May told me about this because when you guys were talking about this episode, BrobusCast was saying maybe they'll get like Jason Page or something. I'm not 100% certain. And apparently, midway through the debate is when I told you guys, hey, track update.
I just saw that like guessed around because like. You know, we got some like ridiculous names from the tracks. You know, Victor Borba, Tyson Yen,
Casey Lee Williams.
Casey Lee Williams, yes. I was blanking on another one. Thank you. So people were like, screw it, let's just get Jason Page for this. I don't know if that was an actual guess, like if people thought that could actually happen, or if it's just like, hey, they got Victor Borba, let's just get Jason Page. Screw it, why not?
Yes. What?
And then they did it, and we're all like, huh? Or more accurately, we're all like, huh?
What do you mean about Jason Page? What do you mean BrobusCast called it during the session?
Yeah. What do you mean?
What do you mean I called it on recording, live on recording, literally like a half hour before they said, yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah, what do you, okay, no. What do you mean Billy thought this track was mid?
I'm sorry.
Guys.
I'm sorry. Wait, Billy thought this. You know. What? I apologize for. I apologize for the little outburst I had in the last server. I take that apology back. No, you're not calling this track mid. Are you kidding me?
No, don't worry. Billy and Sean. I'm sorry. Made and Sean took care of it. They took care of it. They raided the cloning storage unit. It's fine. That Billy is dead. There's a new Billy. It's like he never left. Go ahead, Sean.
Then we have Brandon with Jason. We also had Darewolf come in, and Darewolf even showed on his channel the guitar stuff he's done. The solo he does in this track is phenomenal.
My God. Okay, look. Ignoring what I just said earlier, ignoring what I just brought up earlier. Look, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it proudly. This and The Devil Inside, 2 best tracks of Death Battle 2025.
I have to decide which one. I guess I don't have to. Never mind.
No. For me, it's like, look. I guess for me, I guess by a slight edge. In fact, I was being biased and just listening to it before we started this podcast. I'm gonna say it's Millennial Monsters.
Oh yeah, that's the name of the track, by the way.
Yeah, Millennial Monsters. Yeah, good shit. Oh, and also, that's not only did the collaboration stop there. No, instead of John Mitchell drawing the track album art like he always does. Oh yeah, for no reason whatsoever. Just because it would have been cool and I guess awesome. Awesome Ethan also drew the track as well, so we got an art collaboration for the track. What the fuck do you mean? This is just this episode is literally just a giant fucking collaboration. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, it is fitting for Ethan because like this is like a big matchup for him. Like this is his.
Oh yeah, no.
This is his number one.
Yeah, I am so happy Ethan got to be a part of this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Fucking 5 editors, fucking 2, so many voice actors, and 3 people who did the music and 2 people who did the track art. Good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Millennial Monsters is fucking tight. And I gotta say it, even though he's the main vocalist, Jason sounds like his voice has not aged at all.
Oh yeah, no, he has not lost his touch whatsoever.
This dude sounds like he's ready to go to record the next Pokemon opening. Somebody put this track on an actual Pokemon battle with Ash in it, please.
Put it over.
What did you say, Sean?
Someone should do that.
Someone's already done it. You know it. No,
yeah, probably. Put it over. Put it over Ash's final, like Ash's and Fernape's final push against Paul.
There you go.
Nice.
That's actually like. I mean,
I was gonna say like. Ash's fight with Leon will be a good contender for that one.
I was gonna say that too. But
I was gonna say his fight with Gary.
I was gonna say Leon too, but that fight ends with a remix of the Pokemon theme, so let's leave that alone.
I was gonna say Gary, his second bout with Gary.
The Gary fight isn't that much of a push. Yeah, it's not that hype. It's not I mean, it's not supposed to be. Like this was like way early on.
Fair enough.
Like it's good. Don't misquote me there.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. This wouldn't work in sync with it, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Ash's like the last few minutes of Ash's battle with Paul was like that's like a big turnaround moment. Let's like Infernape is like close to being done. But he gets back up with Blaze. Oh, I guess we didn't get to see Blaze at all in this fight, did we? All right, whatever.
But But what does matter is this track. Oh my god!
This track's amazing. I don't know what more you need to say. I don't know what more you need us to say about it.
No, I'm pretty much running on fumes with this fight. Like, this whole fight has just gotten me excited, and the hype is coming down. So I'm just
like, it's a good song. It's a banger. It's fun to listen to. It's got some nice lyrics that that have obvious references. They threw in a "Searching Far and Wide" from the original theme. That's really cool.
Brandon had to fucking do that. Because as soon as he got Jason, he's like, okay, I have to throw in a "Searching Far and Wide" for this.
Of course.
I will say the last like minute or so of the track is like literally peak.
I feel like, okay,
right as Yugi unleashes Swords of Revealing Light. That's when the track is like,
yeah.
Oh
yeah, I agree.
The rest of the track is really good, but that's where it's like, oh my god.
That's the shot. No, that's the ear shot right there.
Again, I fixed the router.
Okay. We'll try and wrap it up soon so your internet doesn't crap out. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The router just went out for a second because we still got ice around. So.
Oh. Shit. Well, I'm sorry.
It was the winter storm. You're fine.
I know. I suffered through it too.
Anyway,
we all suffered through it. Anyway, yeah. No, this track is good. Look, this track is good. I guess again, recency biased. I would say it's my favorite, but in my heart and subjectively, I have to say "The Devil Inside" is still the best track of Death Battle 25.
Dude, I don't know.
It comes down to
the fact that I don't know is like kind of crazy, but
all I gotta say is thank God we're not doing a track ranking.
Dude, no, we're not doing that. No, absolutely not.
I know. I said thank God we're not. Oh no.
It's already hard enough to rank the episodes. All right, leave us alone.
Yeah, no. Tomfoolery would probably be at the bottom if I'm gonna take a guess.
Damn. I mean, probably not wrong, but damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, peak track for a peak episode. I don't care what people say. Like, okay, does it have its problems? Yes. Is it perfect? Absolutely not.
No, I agree.
But
it's just so good.
It's so good. Like,
so good.
It fulfills that sort of like childhood nostalgia vibe that it was trying to go for, and honestly, that is all I could ask for out of this fight.
That kind of, you know what? Yeah, like, look, this episode may not have been perfect. Is it my favorite season finale Death Battle has ever done? Not really, but it's up there. There was a part of me that was so satisfied though, because it's like finally, like after so many Pokemon characters have shown up, we finally got to see the one that we all wanted. And realistically, let's be blunt and honest, we brought in the character from the Pokemon franchise that really mattered in the end.
Damn.
Sorry, Red.
Damn. You say that. Can we please do Red again?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, look, if Red gets a comeback, I will retract that statement, but please, at the moment, try to convince me I'm wrong. Okay, look, I will say this. So far, my favorite two Pokemon fights of Death Battle is still Machamp versus Goro and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it adds a third good Pokemon episode because we have those two in the Pokemon Battle Royale.
That's true. Yeah. No. I mean,
that's still not a great track record considering the rest of the episodes exist. But I think we're still at a net negative, which is bad. But at the same time, At the same time, this episode is so good that it probably cancels it out.
Yeah, I think so.
For
Like, I
sure.
think the clincher would be if we either got Red for a run back, which God, that would be so good, or we circumvent conventions and just have Misty fight Lucy from Fairy Tail. I don't fucking know. Either way, I would like another Pokemon character to come back, please.
Yeah. I mean, I'm riding the trainer high, but like I'll take just one singular Pokemon at this point.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and also too, even though one can make the argument that Pikachu didn't do a whole lot of important stuff in this, his appearance and what he does in this fight, it's still 10,000 times better than Pikachu versus Blanca.
Yeah.
You could say it's 10 million times better.
Oh, damn it! Yeah, no, I would say this was a great way to end Death Battle 25, and I can see why everybody, friends included, say that Death Battle 25 is definitely a strong contender for the best quote-unquote season Death Battle has ever done.
Yeah. I could see that.
Definitely.
You guys got anything to add?
God, I hope not.
Sean? ZDogg?
This was a really good season finale, man. Like, there's not much else you can say about it.
I think you just really like. I know you could say this about most episodes of the Indie era and modern Death Battle, but like, you could just really feel the passion dripping from every angle here, and it really showed. They really cared, and no matter what, like, what graphical hiccup, as minor as it is, it doesn't care. I don't care. Like, the passion is still, like, everything else is just so good and shows how much they care about these series, and I'm very happy this came to light, and I'm very happy that it got delayed for the finale instead of episode 200, because I think they definitely used the time they had.
I am
episodes.
So glad this wasn't episode 200. you have
the pushback.
You have no idea how happy I am this was pushed back.
Yeah, no, me too. I because then that means we would be living in an alternate reality where Ruby versus Maka was the season finale.
No, I think about the episode. The way it worked out are as perfect as they can be.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, on that note.
Oh, can I go a while without doing this episode ever again?
Well, let's hope. We'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute. Sure.
Like, I'm happy it's out, and it's a fantastic episode. It's like, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably gonna climb its way up there to be one of my favorite episodes of the show. I'm so glad I never have to talk about it ever again. Well, okay.
Well,
I guess that's not true, but
yeah, I was like, maybe not never.
Maybe not never again, but
You'll have to do it at least one more time.
but for right now, anyway, I'm freaking done.
Yeah.